Alright guys, I'm back. I'm back in the kitchen. Here is what I'm going to talk about today. I'm not talking about what I'm making. Making meatballs. Not the meatball soup. Homemade meatballs, spaghetti style. Anyway, what I want to talk about is eating out. People, you just can't do it. I'm sorry. I mean, rarely. It's got to be an occasional treat. And if you're used to eating out all the time, that's going to be a hard pill to swallow at first. But the deal is this. Can you do it? Can you eat out and eat a meal that's under 500 calories? It's possible, but it takes work. It takes planning, and it's not just going to happen automatically. I mean, really, you would have to. I mean, we all know this, right? We all know that when we go out to eat, the fact is, the meals are like 2 to 3 times as caloric as what you imagine them to be, or what the version you would make at home would be. Partly because the portions are ridiculous. Also because the ingredients are just fattier. Because they're cheaper, and people, they're making money on you. They're not doing that for no reason. So, when I was really trying to lose weight, and still, it's a habit I've kept up, we kind of stopped going out to eat. We used to enjoy going out to eat. Who doesn't enjoy being waited on? Everyone likes that. Who doesn't, who would rather go out to eat than make dinner? I mean, that's a no-brainer there, people. But the fact is, if you're not the weight you want to be, maybe you need to give up being waited on. That's what I'm saying. And, not to mention, I just kind of think going out to eat, number one, you're setting yourself up for a sabotage every time you walk into a restaurant. Because there may be one healthy thing you could eat. And if you look it up, if you're like really committed, and if we go out to eat, I do look up the restaurants and find out how many calories are and stuff, you will discover there's very little you can have that's going to be falling in a healthy caloric range. Just a fact. In fact, the thing that it is so boring and so plain, you could have made it at home for practically free. And that can be annoying in and of itself. Number two, once you find out how many calories are in things, I mean, you might find it mind-blowing. And when you find out how many calories are in the kids' meals, I mean, that shit can piss me off. Sorry about the swearing. Really, I mean, it's disgusting. And I think this, if you are, I think you can do this. I think once you've lost your weight and you're in maintenance mode, and if you're careful and you're educated about what you do, can you resume going out to eat? Yes. Should you be going out to eat several times a week? Probably not. I think that it'll be really hard to maintain that way. Number two, if you're going out to eat several times a week with your kids, I'm worried.
Is dinner ready?
Not yet. It's running a little late today. I'm sorry. I'm a little worried because with a little bit of research, you will find out how many calories are in those kids' meals. And it's shocking. I mean, it's disgusting. At Macaroni Grill, for example, the kids' meals all are about 1,200 calories. That's almost a day's worth of calories for a kid.
Can you make me something?
Yep. I can. You want to pay my jaws?
No, thank you.
Okay. Do you want to wait for dinner?
No. Just get me something.
Okay. And I worry about kids going out to eat all the time, never having a good example of proper portion size, and having those temptations all the time. I don't know. I mean, I worry about that. I really do. I worry about, I think, the obesity epidemic starts with our kids. And if they're not learning how to prepare healthy foods, or, how much is the right amount to eat, I think they're being set up for a serious challenge in adulthood, and that makes me sad. So I think that maybe that's something people should think about. Even if you don't have a weight problem, you should probably think about that. Because really, I mean, at some point, your children might have a weight problem if they don't now. Also, when you go to the doctor for the next checkup, find out how much they weigh. You might not know. With Spring is Honest and Oprah, where they didn't even know how much their kids weighed, and were shocked to find out how overweight they really were. Not that any of you have this problem. I'm just saying, it's something I do think about. And I think growing up in a restaurant culture makes it really difficult to learn how to be a healthy person. And that makes the challenge even harder when you're an adult. And some of you might have grown up that way, and you might know, but that's true. It's a challenge for you. If you're going to go out to eat, and you can't look up the calories for your restaurant first, you need to split your dish. I mean, just straight from the start. You're already going to be probably even splitting an entree. Probably, generally across the board, you're still going to be over 500 calories. And I keep saying 500 because I really don't know that there's anyone out there who should be eating more than that for dinner, except for on a nice splurge meal. Definitely not on a regular basis. And so if you're going to do that, either order an appetizer for dinner, and that's it, or split your entree and really split it. Salads, salads are killers. You think it's a healthy choice, it's generally not. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of those dressings. And those are my thoughts. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people have other thoughts. Maybe you think it's something you can do. But like on this Oprah I was watching about this family that was overweight and they're trying to get their life together in general. The organizer guy who was helping them basically kept saying, I mean, they went out to eat all the time, that it's choosing the easy over the good. And it's true. It's true. It's easier to go out to eat. We all enjoy it. I mean, of course you enjoy it. Everyone enjoys it. But you can enjoy having dinner at home too. We sit down to eat all our meals together at the table. We've got the tablecloth and cloth napkins, the whole 9 yards. It's not hard to do that. And it does make it nice. You can have, your candles, whatever you need to do. And I think in the end, being thin is more enjoyable than going out to eat a couple times a week. And those are for me, for sure, that's how I feel. Maybe you don't feel that way. But I say this, if you think you don't feel that way, if you disagree, and yet you're still struggling with your weight, maybe you need to think about that and see if maybe there's something to what I'm saying. And that maybe it is just too hard to eat out frequently and maintain a healthy weight. And by healthy weight, I mean healthy. I don't mean maintain a weight and an overweight weight. And I can kind of liken it to any other decision. I mean, nobody wants to start working out. Nobody wants to keep a food journal. Nobody wants to not, get takeout every day. I mean, of course, it's easier to do none of those things. But that's the whole point, right? That's the whole point. And in the end, all these things become easier to do and second nature and no big deal. So those are my thoughts. Eat out, special occasion. And if you haven't been able to lose weight, I say take a break from eating out for the next month and see if it makes a difference. And if it does, great. All right, check.